Hey everybody, it's Anthony Carey, founder of Function First, creator of the Pain-Free Movement Specialist Curriculum, and inventor of the Corrective. Today I'm coming to you live from San Diego with Racy Martorell, one of our spectacular team members. And Racy, who's an extremely proficient trainer in his own right, is going to help us with today's exercise. So what we're going to do today is one of our favorite correctives that we use often with people with chronic low back pain, but obviously not strictly with that kind of population, because it's a great exercise for creating some disassociation, or at least minimizing the coupling of the spine and the hips. And we do this for a reason. Not that those two activities are not supposed to happen together, but we're going to put some emphasis on the hips for the folks that don't move well from the hips, transfer that responsibility to the lumbar spine. So Racy's going to get down in the quadruped position. He's going to be on all fours. He's going to have his hips lined up about hip width apart. He's nice and square like a box. We're not going to overly emphasize spinal flexion or extension, because that's all about the change. And what he's going to do is nice, smoothly, and rhythmically going to move through 4 different quadrants. So we're going to have Racy start back on his right posterior quadrant, and then he's going to shift directly across to me right now. So he's going to come this way. Then he's going to go over his left front hand, and what you're going to notice as he moves through this, we've got changes in, he's gone into some lumbar extension, which we want to have happen, and he's going into some lumbar flexion coupled with the posterior rotation of the pelvis. He's also getting motion on adduction and abduction as he moves through the hips with internal and external rotation. So we still are getting some of this motion here, but we're doing it on an unloaded spine, or at least reducing the load on the spine, because we're in the quadruped position. And for those with chronic pain, especially lower back pain, this obviously reduces the threat and takes them through some motions that they don't normally go through, or probably don't effectively go through with enough variability in those motions around the lumbopelvic region. So what I'm going to have Racy do next now is he's going to turn and he's going to face the camera, just so that we can get a little bit of a different perspective on the motions that are coming. So again, notice that once he got comfortable with the movement and where he went, we're talking about keeping it from the base of his cervical spine to his tailbone, for the most part, perpendicular or straight at you in the camera. So as he shifts into this, go ahead and start position, Race, you'll see he's not doing too much lateral flexion, even though that lateral flexion still occurs. We're minimizing that to emphasize the motion at the hip joint. Not to mention that obviously we're getting some significant load, especially when he goes forward on the shoulder girdle, and the scapular motion that has to accompany that on the back of the rib cage as he's going through this. So all in all, taking advantage of that four-point posture position, the 4-point load throughout the extremities, and getting some subtle spinal motion that complements the hips, putting the emphasis on the hips. Look forward to hearing from you. Please feel free to leave any questions or comments on the blog post below, and we hope to see you again soon.